back in Canada earlier in the summer that I first started having problems with my clutch. We're just gonna go slow across the dry creek bed and then off to the left, or off to the right. I'd made it all the way to Sturgis with no problems, but just after the rally, it began slipping on the highway whenever I laid on the gas. I made some calls, and my buddy Chip put me in touch with Amsoil Adam, who was heading to Ocean City Bike Week in a few days. He offered to give me a ride to Maryland as soon as he and his wife got back from vacation, and there I would be able to use his lift and tools. In the meantime, I dragged my buddy John on an off-road excursion into the Black Hills. How you doing? Good? Good? Just a little further up here.
Like the worst part of this road that we came up is nicer than some roads that I've gone.
Oh yeah? Yeah, wait till you get to the Bighorn National Forest. Then you'll see some cool shit.
Yeah. On top of the hill.
It's about 1/8 of a mile, pretty much 45 degrees, and then it takes you to the precipice of this mountain or hill or whatever.
Plus I've seen other people shooting video of it. I'm like, okay, good enough, better than I could do.
Yeah. You got that 360 camera.
I do, it's not working right now.
See, look at this, dude. It's like you're literally
the high point right here.
Standing on top of the mountain.
Yeah, this poor tree must have got struck by light.
Which one?
Right here.
Oh yeah.
At some point.
It was probably the tallest fucking thing at one point.
Yep.
But look, 360 degrees.
Fucking cool.
You're looking down and you're just on top of this fucking crazy mountain. Well, I watched one of your videos of riding around in Mexico.
Yeah.
And what's the name of your channel?
John's Motorcycle Channel.
Okay.
It's pretty simple.
Self-descriptive?
Yeah.
And then there were two. Last two.
Last of the Mohicans.
Last of the Mohicans out here. Yeah, I was just telling John that it wasn't until I had a bike that was pretty decent off-road that I started to really rediscover my love of riding motorcycles. That's a rush, isn't it?
It's fun, even on the Dyna.
Even on the Dyna. Yeah, it's fun. We got that big 21 on there.
Maybe it helps.
Spoked wheel, that's not bad.
It'll wash out on gravel and sand, though.
Oh, I believe it. All right, moved across the dry creek bed. There's John Watson over there. Finally got it dialed in on this yellow jacket trap. The mistake that I had made was I was baiting it with sugar, water, and vinegar. So now I got it baited with the rotisserie chicken. And as you can see, probably at least 100 bees in there. More, probably more. Meat bees, you gotta use meat. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
He's got the biker beard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have some little bands for it when I'm going down the road because it slaps me in the face. You need to sharpen it.
So we're hanging out here. Ted just got some ribeyes for us. Thanks, Ted.
Right.
And now he's demonstrating the proper way to sharpen a knife.
So what I'll do is I'll lay it level with the beveled edge,
Yep.
which is usually 22.5 degrees.
Okay.
Depends on the knife.
Okay.
Could be more, could be less.
Yeah.
And I'll take my diamond side which is 3 to 4 times a hit on a whetstone.
Oh,
It'll
shit.
cut it down fast. So I'll take this and I'll do it 5 times toward me. You got to be careful because you can hit your, once you get it sharpened, you can hit your finger real easy. So I'll do 5 times toward me on this side, and I'll do 5 times away from me on this side.
Okay.
Then I'll do it again 4 times. 4 times, 3 times, 3 times, 2 times, 2 times, 1 time, 1 time. Then I'll flip over to my ceramic side.
Okay.
This is the fine tuning of it. And I'll do 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. That's to get a dull knife sharp. If I'm just touching up my Fellneven, I'll probably hit it 3, 3 or 3, 2, 1 instead of 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3. Then what I'll do, like on this one here, you're gonna have 2 blades because it's Tonto.
Yep.
You'll have to do the same thing on that blade. This one's rough, so you'll have to do your diamond. Now, after I've done that, I'll usually take it and do a little shave. If it doesn't shave, I do it again. And you keep doing that until you start getting hair laying on your blade here. You don't have to be able to shave like you're going out on a date with some woman like you would your face. Just as long as the hair falls off and lays on that's sharp. You're gonna be able to touch a piece of meat like I did earlier with my Fellneven, and it's just gonna slice right through it. Same thing with somebody's gut. If you need to, you get in a knife fight, you want a sharp knife. It's really simple to sharpen a knife. And if you keep doing it until you can shave, that there will give you all the practice you need, and you'll just have the feel down after a while. But remember, once you start getting that hair, when you're coming towards you, better keep that finger down because it can cut you. I had a guy in a bar one time wanted to hold my knife. He decided to put his thumb on it. It sliced him wide open. So anyway, that's a knife tutorial for tonight.
After 2 long months in the Black Hills, I packed up and headed to Rapid City to meet up with Amsoil Adam. The center point of Adam and Katy's mobile oil change operation is a humongous 1987 GMC 5-star General. Detroit 60 series? Wow. 87 you said? Or 86?
Yeah, 87. Wow. Which is the very first year. So this is the very first generation of the 60 series.
Okay.
12.7 liters.
So has this had a top end done on it at some point? No, really?
100% original.
You run Amsoil in it?
100%, all the way.
No kidding.
Missing the kickstand, missing the gas tank, and it works.
Well, that's good that it works.
Well, when it don't work, it's like a $40 battery and like a $60 motor. And when they're in good shape, my buddy sold one for like $500.
Yeah, what's the make on it?
Razor.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. But it's missing the front fender, it's missing the rear fender, missing the kickstand.
Hey, you got a new project. Just as we finished loading the bikes into the trailer, we were subjected to yet another one of the infamous South Dakota hailstorms. Adam's truck. This is called Goliath. For obvious reasons, this thing is just absolutely built like a tank, man. new front tires.
This thing looks so huge when they're not on the truck. Yeah. Like you just walking next to it, it's like a mess.
Joe, you want to grab that phone for me, please? As part of the deal with Adam and Katy, I drove their friend's SUV back to Northfield, Minnesota, just outside of Minneapolis. This is the southern half of the state of Minnesota. Kind of flat out there, not much to see really. Riding east across I-90, so we're about a couple hours away. Weather was absolutely terrible this morning. Windy, rainy, cold. We got his front tires on. Probably been on the road about 6 hours or so, and sounds like probably stop somewhere for dinner pretty soon. We spent the next couple of days hanging out in Northfield, resting up and exploring the town. Really quick, there's the Post cereal factory. This is the main one for the whole country, or?
You know, I don't know if it's the main one, but
It's one of the big ones.
Yeah, it's where they do the Post and all the multi-meal stuff.
Wow.
And when they're cooking, it smells really good because they're actually making the cereal.
You can smell the cereal?
Yeah.
So this is where they defeated Jesse James?
Yeah, I don't know the full story, but that's kind of this town's claim to fame, is that this is where Jesse James and his crew's bank robbing spree was put to an end. And I believe this building here in the corner used to be the bank, or maybe it was right, I don't remember exactly. I know we learned a little bit about it a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And actually, that across there might be the bank. If you look up here at the top of this building, you'll see there's a little tower that sticks out of it. Yeah. And a lot of these little towns in the Midwest, they put those towers there so they can post a guard adjacent to the bank.
Huh. These guys are nice enough to let me ride this around. Never really thought I'd see myself on one of these, but why not? That's worthy of a video right there. We're at the nutting block.
I don't know what kind of nutting goes on here, but
Yeah, I don't know if it's denutting. Could be a possible denutting going on. You never know.
Things are about to get real. Okay, we're walking around. Just got some ice cream. It's a little chilly out here. And this was the bank where Jesse James was robbed and then subsequently shot by a bunch of the people in the town.
yeah.
And those, like you see circled with the black right there, are some of the bullets. Oh. Isn't that interesting? Okay.
Goliath has 2 battery banks. This is starting engine and, you know, what you would need to run any other vehicle. And then it's got the house battery bank, which is behind those doors, which run everything in the house part of it.
Somewhere in the journey to Minnesota, Adam realized his brake lights weren't working consistently, so thus began an extensive troubleshooting process. We're trying to figure out why his brake lights are not coming on. It's not registering ground?
Well, because it's not grounded.
Yeah.
To this battery.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I, right there I got ground, there I got positive.
Yep.
But when I touch it to this ground,
Got nothing.
nothing, because it's not grounded to that battery. Sun goes there, ground, but that one comes up.
All the bikes and everything else. There's my bike, bike that his son just picked up. Can-Am, obviously, scooter. We've been here for a couple of days, so getting back on the road and hoping to make it to the world's largest truck stop in somewhere in Iowa. With a lot of miles ahead, I stocked up on rotisserie chicken and got ready to hit the road. As we headed to the world's largest truck stop, Adam's wife Katy offered to read my astrological chart.
Crazy shit are you doing with Joey?
Okay, so the decante,
Yes.
it's like different dates have different qualities.
Yes. and
Okay.
Different meanings. So like your keyword is union, and there'll be a theme to this. Like one of my friends.
Although I was initially skeptical, Katy's reading of the astrological chart proved shockingly accurate.
What you need to do it methodically. I'm like, the key here is methodical balancing. For you, it's union.
Union.
Okay. The constellation that rules this time frame is Orion. The giant hunter of magnificent strength and beauty, Orion was placed in the heavens to commemorate his great bravery. This place has a museum as well.
Really?
Yes, on all the different types of trucks.
After a promising start earlier, Adam's brake lights had once again began cutting out. Darn good thing this man has a supply of fuses for love jugs.
I wish it was the right gauge, but for test purposes, we figured out that our power supply to the brake controller wasn't good. So we're going to run a new wire for it. But, you know, this drop in gauge between,
Yeah.
this is overkill.
Yeah.
This is what's actually on the brake controller, which I believe is 12 gauge. This is 10
Yeah.
gauge. But this right here is only like a 14 or a 16.
Yeah.
And this is where it draws power to go to the brakes.
Yep.
Which is all 10 gauge all the way back. So I just want to find a better fuse holder.
Inside the gas station, maybe?
Yeah, they got all kinds of parts in Iowa.
Oh, wow.
Notice the yellow truck is moving.
Well, this is just about everything you need. If you're gonna fix your brake lights anywhere.
Yeah. So this is the heavy dutiest fuse holder that they have. It's 12 gauge, which is what that wire is.
Yeah.
So it should be
Yep,
sufficient.
yep.
And I believe I've got all the connectors and stuff I need out there, the heat shrink, everything else.
Okay.
I've even got corrugated protective sleeve that we're going to put on it and do it the right way.
Yeah, do it right. The next leg of the journey took us across the Midwest into the state of West Virginia. That's the bridge over the what river?
I'm sure whichever this is. Peoria River, I say.
Mississippi River.
Which means we'll be crossing into right here.
Yeah. There's the mighty Mississippi River.
Beautiful sunrise.
Yep. There's the city of Peoria, Illinois. How the brake lights holding up?
Actually, right now they're working.
That's good. They weren't working.
If I just, yeah, right now they're working.
Good, good.
Now they're not.
Illinois River, I would assume. All right, so it's about 5:30 a.m. Getting back on the road. We stayed at this DA last night in Wheeling, West Virginia. A little bit of a weird truck stop. This is about 1/3, 20% extra caffeine coffee, so it should be an interesting day. We then headed across the Appalachian Mountain Range, traveling at a snail's pace and using the Jake brake to negotiate the steep grades. So already running into other vendors on the way to Ocean City.
But according to the maps, we're going to arrive in Ocean City about 3 o'clock if we continue on this path. However, we really get pulling in about 6, so we're going to go ahead and stop here. Katy wants to take a shower, we need some coffee. Maybe we'll kill about an hour here, then get through Baltimore and find another place we're going to stop and hang out.
After hanging out at Purdue Stadium for about an hour and a half, we pulled into Ocean City. Hey, what's up? This is Joe. I hope you enjoyed that video of the ride to Ocean City. Just wanted to issue a special thank you to Amsoil Adam and his wife Katy. Be sure to check out his channel if you haven't done so already. Just a quick reminder, if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. And as usual, I've included an optional donate link in the drop box for anybody that might like to contribute to this project. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the road.
Start changing the colors. It's like being at a car wash dance party.
Yeah.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Play Car Wash.